Conquer EvarYTHIG that holds you back. Because the chains of fear are forged by the weak, the walls of doubt crumble before the bold, and victory belongs to those who smash through every barrier with relentless fury. You're not here to grovel in the dirt of limitation, to let life's shadows choke your dreams. You're here to rise, to obliterate every obstacle, to carve a destiny that thunders across time. Picture a boy named Benjamin Franklin, born in 1706 in Boston, where the cobblestone streets echoed with poverty and his family's candle shop barely flickered, his hands rough from labor, his mind a wildfire no hardship could tame. At 17, he fled an apprenticeship, his pockets empty, his spirit ablaze with ambition. Feel that fire ignite within you. Franklin's path isn't a distant echo, it's a war cry exploding in your soul. Your mind is the first battlefield where triumph is forged, and right now, you're letting it rot. You're drowning in excuses. The soul-crushing job that drains your spirit, the debts that strangle your hope, the failures that sneer you're finished. Silence them. Your mindset isn't your prison, it's your empire, and you've let it crumble under doubt's relentless siege. Franklin didn't let poverty define him, he let it sharpen him. The Boston suit, the beatings from his brother, the taunts of richer apprentices, they didn't break him, they steeled him. Picture him at 12, in a dim candle shop, his hands wax-streaked, his brother's voice a harsh whip. Stay in line, boy. While Benjamin's mind raced, plotting escape, his quill-scratching dreams on scraps. You're surrounded by the wreckage of your fears. Gather the debris, hammer it into blades, and reclaim your throne. Rise each dawn with a hunger that devours despair, a resolve that melts every barrier into molten power. Command your thoughts with the fury of a storm, turn every wound into a medal of war, and let your mindset be the crucible where your conquest begins. You're not a captive of your past. You're its ruler, a warrior destined to crush every chain. Steel hardens with belief, the unshakable force that turns dreams into empires. Franklin believed in a future where his mind shaped a nation, where a printer's apprentice could outthink the elite. At 17, fleeing Boston, he believed in Philadelphia, walking penniless, the city's clamor his guide, his hands gripping a loaf of bread. That belief drove him to launch his printing business in 1728, his nights a blur of ink and ideas, his faith a wildfire. By 1752, he believed in science, proving lightning's power, his kite a thunderclap. The world scoffed, called him a runaway, a nobody with no name. But Franklin's conviction burned brighter. It propelled him to the Continental Congress in 1776, his signature a spark of revolution, his legacy a beacon. You're letting doubt erode you now, wondering if you're enough, if your dreams are too wild, if the world will ever see your strength. Shatter that rust. Belief isn't a timid hope, it's a lightning strike that splits the earth, a certainty that draws victory to you like a magnet. Believe you're a titan, a creator of worlds, a force of nature, and let that conviction roar through your veins, driving you with a momentum no setback can stop. You're not here to falter, you're here to prevail. Momentum sharpens with clarity, the piercing light that cuts through the haze of distraction. Franklin didn't chase every fleeting whim. He focused on one vision, mastering his craft and serving humanity. After early printing struggles in 1728, he saw the flaw. Scattered efforts wouldn't build his legacy. He honed his clarity, publishing Poor Richard's Almanac, his mind a laser cutting through noise. Picture him in 1732 in a Philadelphia print shop, the air thick with ink, his voice firm. We print wisdom, not waste. That clarity drove him to invent the lightning rod in 1752. To shape a nation by 1776, his influence a flood. You're lost in chaos now, scrolling endlessly, chasing scattered goals, letting the world's clamor shred your focus. Halt it. Define your aim with a precision that sets your spirit ablaze, a target so vivid you can feel its weight, taste its triumph. Clarity isn't a gentle wish, it's your compass, your anchor in the storm. Franklin knew his path. Do you? Set it now and let it guide you like a beacon piercing the blackest night. You're not here to drift, you're here to rule. Beacons ignite vision, the blazing horizon that turns ambition into legacy. Franklin saw a future where knowledge empowered, where a united America rose, a vision so vast it dwarfed the skeptics. In 1728, with his shop struggling, he envisioned leadership, a dream mocked by Boston elites who called him a fool. Picture him in 1752, on a stormy Philadelphia roof, the kite soaring, his team tense, the thunder rolling, yet his vision held, the flash a promise of discovery. That vision drove him through the 1770s revolution. When war loomed, through nights where he drafted treaties, the air thick with ink. By 1787, the Constitution stood, his vision a cornerstone, the nation's pulse quickening. You're stumbling in the dimness of indecision. Lift your eyes. See your future ablaze with victory, every peak you'll conquer, every dream you'll seize, every life you'll touch, as if it's already yours. Vision isn't a fleeting escape, it's the blueprint of your rise, the canvas you paint with your soul's fire. Visualize it, breathe it, live it. Because what you see with unyielding clarity, you'll conquer with relentless might. You're not here to imagine. You're here to create. Might pulses with purpose, the heartbeat that drives every titan. Franklin's purpose wasn't wealth. It was to enlighten and unite, to prove intellect could triumph, to break the chains of ignorance. He saw his father's toil, the colonial strife, the poverty that haunted his youth, and vowed to change it. That purpose fueled his 1728 printing start, driving him to science in 1752, to diplomacy in 1776. Picture him in 1783, in Paris, the air thick with negotiation, his voice steady. We forge a new world, a mission that rallied allies. That purpose turned Philadelphia into a cradle of freedom, its bells a testament. You're searching for meaning now, waiting for purpose to strike. Stop waiting. Unearth the flame in your core, the mission that sets your blood ablaze, the cause you'll defend when the world turns cold. Purpose isn't a riddle to solve, it's the inferno that powers your charge, the war cry that resounds with every step. Find it, let it consume you, because a life without purpose is a flicker in the wind, while yours is a blaze that will transform the world. You're not here to hesitate, you're here to ignite. Blazes demand discipline, the iron will that turns embers into empires. Franklin didn't build his legacy with ease. He built it with discipline, working 16-hour days, pushing his mind and body to the edge. At 17, fleeing Boston, he disciplined himself to learn, his hands ink-stained, his focus unyielding. In 1776, at the Congress, he hung debates, his quarters a fortress, sleep a luxury. Picture him in 1787, at the Constitutional Convention, the air thick with argument, his voice a command. We build or we fall. The quill his weapon. You're tempted by ease now. The snooze button's lure. The endless scroll, the path of least resistance. Shatter it. Rise each morning with a warrior's rage. Carve your destiny with every disciplined strike. Let it be the spine of your ascent. Discipline isn't a chain, it's your rebellion, the crown you seize when weakness falls. Master it, because discipline is the foundation of every legend, and you were born to stand among them. Foundations strike with action, the raw power that builds worlds from dust. Franklin didn't just dream, he acted, fleeing to Philadelphia at 17, launching his print shop in 1728, flying his kite in 1752, signing the Declaration in 1776. You're frozen by fear now, failure looming, judgment cutting, the unknown taunting, break free. Charge with the fury of a storm. Every step a declaration of your might, every move a brick in your empire. Action isn't a timid plan, it's the thunder that shapes your reality, the hammer that forges your world. Strike now, because every moment you delay is a kingdom lost to mediocrity. You're not here to plan, you're here to conquer. Thunder glows with gratitude, the light that turns wounds into weapons. Franklin spoke of his struggles with gratitude, not bitterness. The apprenticeship taught him grit, the rejections deepened his focus, the war fueled his resolve. He thanked his wife Deborah, his peers. Picture him in 1787, at the convention's end, his voice soft for those who endured. You're cursing your battles now. Poverty that bites, heartbreak that stings, loss that lingers. Transform them. Every scar, every triumph, every breath. Wear it as a warrior's medal, proof of your survival. Gratitude isn't weakness, it's the fire that turns your past into power, the lens that reveals the gold in your struggles. Embrace it, because the storms that forged you are the sparks that lift you higher. You're not here to resent, you're here to rise. Sparks bend with adaptability, the flow that turns obstacles into victories. When his 1728 shop struggled, Franklin adapted, writing almanacs. In 1776, with war raging, he adapted, negotiating peace. The world shifts beneath you now, jobs vanish, markets twist, life evolves. Ride it. You're not a rock to shatter, you're a river carving new paths through stone. Adaptability isn't compromise, it's your evolution, the skill that keeps you soaring. Flow, grow. Because the future yields to those who adapt, and you were born to lead. You're not here to resist, you're here to reshape. Leadership thrives on resilience, the unbreakable core that turns pain into power. Franklin faced apprenticeship beatings, financial ruin, war's toll, yet rose. Life will strike, betrayal will cut, failure will bruise, despair will claw. Will you shatter? No. You'll rise, forged stronger, a titan crowned by struggle. Resilience isn't survival, it's your reign, the force that turns scars into scepters. Stand tall, because you were born to rule your storms. You're not here to fall, you're here to rise. Reins sharpen with learning, the hunger that keeps your edge lethal. Franklin didn't start as a genius. He learned, mastering print, science, diplomacy, growing through every trial. He learns daily, pushing boundaries. You're resting on old wisdom? Ignite your thirst. Hunt knowledge like a predator, every lesson a blade, every mistake a forge. Learning isn't a task, it's your evolution, the fire that keeps you ahead. Seek it, because those who stop learning fall first. You're not here to stagnate, you're here to ascend. Ascension burns with purpose revisited, the flame that breaks every chain. Franklin's purpose united guided him through crisis. Hold fast, let it lead you. Purpose is your destiny, lead. Flame forges resilience again, the steel that withstands every gale. Franklin rose through hardships, wars, each scar a triumph. Rise, reign with resilience. Reigns demand learning, the hunger that builds your legacy. Franklin's growth inspires. Resist stopping, grow. Learning crowns you, soar. Wisdom strikes with resilience, the force that turns blows to victories. Franklin's path proves resilience eternal. Conquer trials, rule. Ruling pulses with learning, the edge that keeps you eternal. Franklin's hunger lifted him. Grow, fly. Flight ignites with everything conquered, barriers shattered. Franklin's journey shows the way. You're a storm, rise. Conquer everything with a titan's mind, a visionary's belief, a leader's clarity, a creator's vision, a warrior's purpose. A king's discipline, a builder's action, a survivor's gratitude, a river's adaptability, a colossus's resilience, an eternal hunger for learning. Shatter every hold, reign, build, conquer. The world isn't ready, rise now, seize now, blaze your path.